Roblox UGC creator JohnDrinkin and former Roblox Intern and RDC 2022 Game Jam winner Rocky28447 have responded to the WhoToTrus situation. If you didn't see my latest video, it's basically about two concerning Twitter incidents along with alleged Discord messages about one of Roblox's top UGC creators, WhoToTrus. The Twitter incidents involve supposed flirting with a 15 to 16-year-old while Trus was 19 to 20 and asking minors about body hair preferences. Then there were these alleged Discord messages from WhoToTrus from a Discord server called the Red Circus that had minors in it. After that, we went into a large-scale cover-up of this situation, which even saw personal threats and attempted release of personal info. My latest video goes more in depth in that situation if you're interested, but for this one I wanted to keep it more focused on a response to it. Within the Discord messages was allegedly another one of Roblox's top UGC creators, JohnDrinkin. JohnDrinkin didn't appear in too many and there wasn't anything ultra concerning, but there was some inappropriate stuff said. JohnDrinkin and WhoToTrus are adults, but they were allegedly saying this stuff with minors around and under their Roblox names. But John has released a public response to the situation and Trus's actions and alleged actions that I think we should go over. And for those curious, he did post this on his main account for all to see, not tucked away on some alt or whatever. He starts off by saying he hasn't said anything about the Trus situation since he's been out of town, and that his response isn't defending Trus, but to defend himself. JohnDrinkin then says the messages are true and are from him and sent towards WhoToTrus and other people he knew. So the messages we went over in the last video, JohnDrinkin says are real and is him and WhoToTrus talking with other people. John says he joined the server because he admired the owner's art and that Trus may have as well, and that it wasn't an inherently adult server. Apparently this server was about history, guns, and memes, and wasn't related to Roblox stuff, which that I think was obvious. But John does say that the server was 18+, but wasn't properly moderated, resulting in minors getting in, which John says he didn't know about. He says if he knew there were minors, he wouldn't have made inappropriate comments, and that he believes minors shouldn't be in those kinds of spaces. The comments John made, he says, were brain dead and gross, and that he regrets making them, and that he would never say that around younger people. JohnDrinkin goes into a few things he wants to be clear, including condemning any of Trus's actions over Twitter and Discord towards minors. He says he believes those interactions to be inappropriate and unacceptable. He then says he has nothing to do with the apparent doxing, and that he condemns those situations and Rocky's actions. The RDC 2019 incident he mentioned gets brought up, and he says he didn't go, but was just repeating a rumor he heard. John's last point is that he has no attraction to animals. He concludes his response by saying he is ashamed of the situation, that it has taught him a lot, and that he won't make the same mistakes. Personally, I feel like JohnDrinkin's response is good. He owns up and recognizes his wrongs while putting up good points to defend himself. There's a good shot that John didn't know of minors being around, despite it seemingly being clear there were. He didn't appear in many pics and didn't seem overly active, which he said himself too. What he said was weird and shouldn't have been said under his Roblox name, but he owned up to it and says it won't happen again. Overall, what JohnDrinkin did was definitely inappropriate, but he has owned up to it and responded well in my opinion. I can't say I have the same opinion of Rocky28447's response though, because he is going a little crazy on Twitter. Rocky is calling Alaskan Reality, the person who put out all those Discord messages, a serial harasser who will hear from Rocky's lawyer. That's right, RDC attendee Rocky28447 is now threatening legal action towards Alaskan Reality over this whole situation. Rocky was the guy allegedly threatening Alaskan using personal info, including tweets with Alaskan's name, which you can still see. A burner Twitter began trying to release Alaskan's info, and Rocky appeared to be repeating some of it on his own account. Rocky also seems to have no issue with WhoToTrus allegedly talking about his attraction to Pokemon and sending pics of naked furries in a server with minors around. Rocky's apparently talking to a lawyer now, along with saying that he did not threaten Alaskan at all and that Alaskan actually doxed him. I didn't mention this in my vid, but there was a burner that tried doxing Rocky, and then a few minutes later, the one trying to dox Alaskan arrived. Rocky is trying to say that Alaskan is the guy who tried doxing him, which happened right before someone tried doxing Alaskan. I have no idea who was behind the doxing, but the timing of the two supposedly being so close together certainly sounds like a setup of some kind. Rocky did post Alaskan's name though, and he kinda accidentally admitted to doxing him with those tweets. EvanBear1 and JohnDrinkin have put out solid responses owning up to their actions and defending themselves fairly. Then we've got Rocky28447 threatening legal action, claiming he has made no threats, then accidentally admitting to doxing. Rocky's original handling of the situation by threatening Alaskan personally and showing no concern to the stuff Trust was accused of was bad. And now he's making it even worse for himself, and personally, if I were an RDC attendee, I wouldn't want to see him there. I'd be fine with seeing Evan Bear and JohnDrinkin there, I just don't think I'd be overly comfortable around Rocky after all of this. And obviously, personally, I wouldn't want to see WhoToTrus there, who hasn't made any statement about this that I've seen. If Trust responds or anything else comes from this situation, I'll be sure to make another video covering it.